You are now watching On Break with me, Travis Patterson. Thanks for tuning in. Today's episode is about Instagram automation. Have you ever gotten to your car and you just thought, oh my gosh, there's just so much traffic out here. It's so much people, so many people. That's how it really is on the internet. You go up there and you may even feel intimidated and say, you know what, I just don't want to drive. Or maybe even just feel like it's just too many people out here. It's too much happening. That's where Instagram or Facebook or social media automation comes in handy. Here, let me explain. So I wanted to continue this series on talking about business in between break. I have been consulting now for 6 years as of this year, and I'm so grateful for it. And within that time, I've had a chance to connect with some really great people and listen to them and respect their background, their expertise, and just learn from them. And they've really given me some really strong insight on what business means to them, how their operations are. Very intimate stuff. I'm sure you can imagine in business you got people who really don't want to share their intimate parts of their business because it's their business. It's what they spend so much time building, and for some of them it's how they make their livelihood, how they feed their kids. And if you start to oppose how they do that, automatic defense happens. Or even if you're on the internet, you have an online business, you can find yourself being the target of somebody who is trying to take food off your table. But at the same time, you have to have the mind frame that there's enough business out here for everybody, especially on the internet. Every client is not for you. All money is not good money. You want to make sure you have a perfect fit for your business, for your practice, and your customer, with your customer and your client. So with all that being said, I want to talk to you about automation. Imagine in a world where you have automated cars that drive themselves. Let me not do that. They drive themselves. They drive you traffic. They drive you traffic on your website. These cars, I'm not actually talking about these cars. I'm talking about software that, or even algorithms that are programmed to give you traffic on your sites, on your websites, in your funnels, to your Yelp page, your reviews. Anything that you primarily use to drive your business, to your Google landing page, just to make sure that that you're getting the right type of traffic that you need to be successful. And of course, the main idea is to turn clicks into customers. That's what it's all about. Some people are out here just to be famous. There's other people out here to be functional. And your main goal is to turn that traffic into action takers, where they're going to your website, they're clicking, they're subscribing, they're listening, whatever they're doing, on your site. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about automation. So with automation, let's start with Instagram. I love Instagram. Every platform is not for everybody. Let's be straightforward about that. Facebook has a certain demographic, and they're not the younger generation. When I say younger, they're not in high school right now. High schoolers are on Snapchat primarily. They may be on Instagram. Middle schoolers may be on Instagram. More so Snapchat. They're not on Twitter. They don't care to read about anything. Twitter, you got your boomers, your baby boomers, and your Gen X. Facebook, you got your Gen X, your baby boomers, and your millennial. Instagram, you have your millennial, Zennial, which somebody may call a Generation X, and and the millennial, that crossbreed as far as the timing goes. But anybody who's tech savvy, because we're living in the digital age, in the age of connection. So, sorry if you wonder where I'm going. I'm heading to the store to get some food. Had a really great conversation with a client. They asked me about, how can I get more traffic on my website? Just built the website for them. Websites are not even my primary thing, but just so happen I'm good at it. Not trying to brag or anything, because it's I let my work speak for itself. But another thing that speaks better for me is referrals. If you get referrals, that's fruit on your business. That is fruit on your labor. That means somebody besides yourself thinks that you're good. But he asked me, how can I get more traffic on my Instagram? I was like, well, cool. Let's do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 and let's build forward and create a series of systems that's going to help you identify who your ideal customer is and who your ideal client is, and bring them, what's going to make them take action. Let's figure out who they are, what's the most important to them, get them from here to here. Here is when they are on your site and they're making that massive movement. Ideally, people only like to take about 3 steps on one website, or 3 steps on one funnel. And I say funnel, but everybody knows what a sales funnel is, especially if you're in business. If you have someone that's taking action, they want to view, they want to become aware. Second step is to they not necessarily want to be convinced, but they want to know that they're in the right place. So they want to know that you're the right person that can help them get from here to there, whatever their next goal is. Next, they want to make sure that they're in the right place, and now the goal is to make that last step, which is the action. Actually, I have a complete worksheet that I've used in my workshops that I've done, and this usually works pretty well. If you're interested in that, I'll put the link below in this video. And it's not going to cost you anything. I'm just going to send it to you because I really want to build a culture of transparency and wealth of knowledge. And if I can help you be successful, then I think that makes me successful. That's how I rate my success. And of course, the referral, as we said before. But automation is something that can bring your customers to your site and help them take action while you are asleep, while you are driving, while you are doing other things. You program it so it works for you, not you're working for it. If you constantly have to do things to adjust it, don't get me wrong, you do have to adjust it, but not constantly. You adjust the software so it recognizes who is targeting, why it's targeting them, when they're on, what are they like, what do you want to say, when do you want to say it, at what points of time do you want to say it, what type of things are going to be necessary in order for them to completely not just look at your thing, at your at your message and think that, oh, this is salesy, or whatever. Like having the right copy, writing the right type of words, sales copy, to make sure that they're reading it and they're taking action and don't feel defensive. That's what it's about. So, sorry, somebody just stopped on the railroad track for some reason. I don't know why they did that. I hope they're okay. They're fine. They're moving. So, there's automation. I made sure not to tell you so much as far as like how it can work for your business, because everybody's business is different. But I can tell you this in a short version, that if you want automation for your business, I'm going to do an article, and I'm going to make sure that link is below to attach it with it, about how automation for social media can drive clicks into customers for your business. So if you're interested in having things and bots and software work for you, while you're asleep and while you're doing other things, and you're actually servicing your customer, that's the goal, to get back time. You don't want to spend forever talking about doing business versus actually doing business. You don't want to spend forever trying to get business and doing all this marketing and trying to do all these things that are working, but they don't work. You want to spend more time putting things to place and letting that work for you. That's the equivalent of hiring someone, you trusting that they are going to do their job and they're going to bring you back business. Again, I'm Travis Patterson, and I'm on break.